So you got your player home at the Pridwin Quarters or the Institute, and you've even downloaded a few mods, but nothing was quite right. You wanted something a little bit more unique. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have I got a treat for you. Here we are at Fort Strong. And off the coast, you see something interesting. What is that? I don't know. Let's go explore. You get attacked by this guy named the Captain. He even has a custom loot item called the Captain's Cloak. On his body, you find this Captain's Log. And the Captain's Log is just a holotape with a text entry. And the last entry talks about how he was the captain of a submarine called the SSBN Dauntless, and that the crew turned into feral ghouls. Well, lo and behold, the Dauntless, right before your very eyes, and the captain is dead. Well, then I guess it is up to you to man the helm, to take the reins, to turn the Dauntless into your own personal vehicle. This is your own personal submarine. It's available on the PC and the Xbox, and the mod author says that he's going to make it available on the PS4 as soon as he possibly can. What I love most about this submarine is that he was finicky about the details. He made sure that the external dimensions and the internal dimensions matched. So it's going to be a little bit more cramped than the other submarines you've explored in the game, but everything is to scale. And he decorated it up perfectly. Now, it's not a settlement. You don't have access to a workbench, but it is a beautiful and viable player home. Let me give you the grand tour. So here we are in the control room, and I'm going to be coming back here a lot later, but I want to show you just a view of the entire thing. So if you go to the top of the bulkhead, you find the captain's room, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your own personal bed with a desk to store things. It's been beautifully decorated, very Spartan, very humble, but very nice, and your own bed for sleeping. And then up here is an inaccessible door that leads to the engine room with your own bathroom. Coming back through the engine room, we find a hatch to the cafeteria. That goes down to the lower deck. We'll go down that way in a little bit. Here's another bathroom with magazines on the floor. And here is a medic bay, a place to store your meds and facial reconstruction. So if you want to change your character's face, sit in the surgery chair. I don't know who's going to perform surgery. Maybe you'll just do it on yourself. After all, you probably have plenty of the medic perk for that. Coming on in through here, and we find a workshop area. This is your armor workbench, complete with lots of storage. I think some of these are for storage. And then here's another hatch down to the lower deck, and we'll get down there in a minute. Going through this bulkhead, we find the crew's quarters. You can't sleep in any of these beds. After all, you are the captain now, so you get to sleep in the captain's quarters. And then here is the crew's bathroom, complete with fusion cells in the mirror. So there's the top level, the complete tour of the top level. Let's go down to the lower deck and check it out. Down here, we arrive at this workout area, so if you want to pump some iron to get those muscles bristling, you sure can. And this is going to be your primary workshop area. Weapons storage right here, munitions and ammo, components to store here, and of course a power armor frame. And then this is extremely special, but I'll be getting to that in a minute. Here's the torpedo room. Nothing you can do much in here. Here's a weapons workbench, and it just looks really nice. Now, as you can see, these two are closed, and this one is open, and that's because this has been configured to be a personnel launcher. That's right, you can launch yourself to a variety of pre-programmed places throughout the Commonwealth, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. So coming through this bulkhead, here's the galley, and if you come on in through here, you've got a working cooking stove, complete with a refrigerator where you can store foodstuffs. Around the corner, here's the hatch to the reactor. Here, I'll just show you what that looks like real quick. Not too much down here. It's a tiny little room. This door is inaccessible. And then there's a reactor status, and it basically tells you that the nuclear reactor is at 42% and that it has hundreds of more years of life left in it. So you're not going to be running out of power for this submarine. anytime soon. Coming on in here, I believe this is another torpedo storage, or maybe it's just an engine room. All of this detail was placed by the mod author. Like, none of this came with the game. He had to put it all in. Here's a chemistry station down here in the back, and it just looks so beautiful. And then this is really cool. This is whoa. This is a bunch of tarberries and stuff. I believe this is supposed to be for diving. I don't think it actually works. I took a look at the diving chamber access terminal here. Closed bulkhead door. It just closes the door for you instead of closing it yourself. I think this is supposed to be, like, the idea behind it is that you can dive into the water from here. But I don't think you actually can. So that, I believe, is the grand tour of everything. I think, let's see, what else? Yeah, there's a couple more missile areas in there. These both go to the engine rooms. Oh, this has been decorated nice. A barber chair. Look at that. You can change your hair from the barber chair, and then more places to store your components. And a wide variety of items. All right, let's go on upstairs because I want to show you a couple of really cool things about the Dauntless. So, check this out. Here's the navigation. When you find it close to Fort Strong, and that's this location here, Mother Base, original coordinates. But you can actually move it to all of these different places. Let's check some of them out. Let's go to Bar Harbor. Diving, location complete. And then, when we step outside, here we are in Far Harbor. Now, the mod author says that he doesn't know what happens if you use the submarine to access Far Harbor before you get the quest. So just make sure that you have the DLC and you've gotten the quest and you've kind of gotten here first. But then it takes you over here. So this is where the submarine arrives on that part of the island. But let me show you the other ones. Next option is Quincy South. Diving. Quincy South takes you right here next to this dilapidated lighthouse, which I'm sure many of us have discovered in the past, and we always wondered, oh, wouldn't this be nice to have as like a player home? But instead, he converted it into this little dock that leads to the Dauntless, so that you can board the Dauntless. Here, I'll show you on the map where it is. Way down south here, close to the wreck of the FMS Northern Star and Warwick Homestead. Let's check out the others. There's the Nahat Wharf, which is Libertalia. And that brings you just south of the Boston Airport. Let's see, where's Libertalia from here? That is the Kingsport Lighthouse over there. And, man, am I blind? I don't see Libertalia. Oh, there it is, right there. Libertalia, that overturned ship right there. That's Libertalia. So there we go. Let's check out the others. And here we go, the General Atomics Factory. As if it was built just for a submarine, right next to the Boston Airport and right next to the General Atomics Factory. Here, I'll show you on the map. There's the Yangtze right there. So you're just south of where the Yangtze. Let's see if we can see it from here. Where is it? I don't know if I can see it through my scope. Robco Center. And there we are next to the Robco Center. So if you've got either the Boston Airport or the Mechanist's Lair as your settlement or player home, this could be very convenient. And as you can see, you're right next to downtown Boston. Super convenient. Check this out on the map. Here we are. There's the Mechanist's Lair. There's the Boston Airport. Super convenient. Next up is Salem. And here we are at Salem. This is an interesting place. I only went here a few times for some quests, and it's good to see it again. So there, of course, is the house up there where you did that quest, and you got that rifle. And here, I'll show you on the map where you are at. Just south of the Nakano residence, where you go to Far Harbor. So way up north. Spectacle Island, of course. Right off the coast of Spectacle Island, here we are, where you typically appear. Now, as you know, I completely finished my Spectacle Island build, but this mod doesn't bother Spectacle Island all that much. So even though it does alter the world space, it adds this new dock to attach to to the submarine, as you can see, the rest of my island is still intact. Let me show you where you are on the map. Right north of Spectacle Island. Fort Independence for all of the Minuteman role players out there. And here we go. Whoa. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, so he attached this contraption to this island over here. Looks like the submarine sits much lower on the water here than it does at any of the other spots. Very cool. So there you go. Those are all of the different places where you can actually move the submarine, which is going to be really useful for people on survival mode. And I've downloaded mods in the past where you can move a player home, like if it's a trailer or something, and they almost always have glitches, but this one doesn't. It's so highly polished, and I love that about this mod. It's so professionally done. Now let me show you this. This is the SLBM status terminal, and it basically tells you that the silo number 1 has been converted to MTELs, which is basically the person shooter, and then it shows you that all of the others have been aborted or already launched. So when you press the launch sequence, you see that the lights start to flash and you get the warning sound, but nothing actually happens. So that leaves only the launch sequence left to go. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how that works, if I remember how to get there. I always get lost in things like this. Where did it go? Oh, it's right in front of my face. All right, so here's the MELS, and let me show you how this works. So you go to MELS, and it gives you a manual which basically says wear power armor, and the reason is because this is basically a human cannon. It shoots you through the sky. And so in order to land, you need to have power armor, or in my case, I have the freefall legs equipped. The freefall legs are vanilla game, no mods at all, and you find them in the Mass Fusion building. Get the freefall legs, and then you do not need power armor. But he's got 4 different drop points, and I'll show you each of them. Let's choose drop point A, which is the edge of the glowing sea. It opens up this container right here. You step inside, and then you click Prime Launch System, which closes the door. It goes through a little bit of funneling around, and then this hatch should open. Click Launch. Whoa! Boom! There we go. Where are we? Take a look at the map. It shot us right to the Mass Fusion disposal site, which is, of course, right on the edge of the glowing sea. Isn't this sick, ladies and gentlemen? You can not only move the submarine around, which is great for those of you who can't fast travel, but you can shoot yourself to 4 different places on the map. Let's test out the others. Option B is the Red Rocket Station, and you gotta click it, and then I'll show you exactly where this sends you. Whoa! With a good view of Sanctuary City as you drop. Let's see, where exactly on the map do we land? Oh, alright, so it's like halfway between Red Rocket and Sanctuary. Looks like one of my provisioners with her iBot is running off. And there we are. Here we are at my Red Rocket. So really close to the Concord Water Tower. Oh, man, that is so cool. Alright, let's check out the other ones. Option C is the Taffington Boathouse. Whoa! Oh, I think that was the longest drop yet. I love the big booming sound effect it gives you. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay, so we're between the Taffington Boathouse and MedTech and the West Everett Estates. So there's the West Everett Estates over there. And MedTech is right there. Where's Taffington Boathouse? There it is. There's Taffington Boathouse. All right, let's check out that final one. Option D, the final drop point is Overland Station. Let's check it out. Whoa, oof. Man, it looks like I launched into a sandstorm. Man, everything looks barren. All right, let's take a look at our map here. Right between Overland Station and Beantown Brewery. There we go. There's my Overland Station. This is one of those settlements I need to redo. I'm not exactly happy with how it turned out. But anyway, that's for another video. Super sweet! But let's say that player homes are not your thing. You still have got a submarine itch, You'd like the idea of roving around the wasteland in your own submarine, but you kind of want more freedom. You want more creative control. Well, then WULF is the mod for you. So here I am at the castle. Well, kind of. I'm beneath the castle. And I'm swimming east, and you see off in the distance there, that should be a familiar sight. Any of you who have completed the, the Yangtze quest, you're going to recognize that bobbing little periscope going up and down, up and down. That is the WULF submarine. It's basically a reskinned Yangtze or Yazi submarine for your own personal use. For those playing on survival mode, there is a rowboat that can take you from the castle to the submarine so that you don't get consumed by rads. And you notice that it does act a little bit different than the Dauntless. So upon entering, you recognize it. It looks exactly like the Yahtzee, but the Yahtzee or whatever it's called. But look at this. I'm in workshop mode. I can place down decorations. And you'll also notice that this particular settlement has 9,999 defense, 9,999 power, and 9,999 water. Oh my goodness. Wow. But this can actually be used as a settlement. But first of all, let me just say, wow, this is a huge, huge, huge vessel. Unlike the Dauntless, which the author tried to make the inside look exactly like the outside in terms of dimensions, this is much larger on the inside than it appears to be on the outside. It's basically the TARDIS of the Fallout 4 world. Now, I'll show you how this works. Go to this radio broadcast terminal, and you can start recruitment broadcast. That will start to bring settlers to your submarine. You don't have to build any kind of beacon or anything like that. It'll just start to collect settlers over time. Now, I'm going to give you the grand tour of this huge, huge submarine, and I'll cut in when I have something to say. And this is just so expansive. It even has a jail here. Let's open up the door, see what we can find on the inside. Okay. So, if you have any settlers that are misbehaving, put them in the jail. So, it does actually function. Hey, that's cool. I can tell you right now, I'm already getting intimidated by the sheer size of this place. If I were to make a settlement out of this submarine, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'm sure I'd figure something out, but this is just so large and so empty, full of possibilities for a really creative settlement builder who just wants pure creative freedom. So two great options. You've got the Dauntless, which is already pre-made. It's smaller on the inside. It's got everything you need to survive. Here's the workshop, ladies and gentlemen. And then you've got the WULF, which is going to appeal more towards those who would rather like the full-on settlement experience. They want to build their own settlements. They really want it to be their own. Ooh, that's a nice touch. World map. They really want it to be their own. They want to be in complete control. And what's this? Oh, cool. You can change your hair using the scissors right there. Very cool. So, two great mods for two different kind of playstyles. But, I mean, we're not even done with the WULF yet. There's so much more to explore. I haven't opened every single door yet. But I wanted to show you that, like the Dauntless, you can change the location of the WULF. So here we go. Select a location. Northeast Commonwealth, East Central Commonwealth, Southeast Commonwealth. So I'm guessing that I'm Southeast or East Central. Well, let's check Northeast. See where that sends us. Alright, that was a cool animation. Let's head upstairs and see where we're at. Alright, so Northeast takes us to Libertalia. Looks like that's what that is. Pardon my map. It's kind of messed up right now. Yeah, so there's Libertalia. And we're just off the coast of Libertalia. Sweet, let's check out the others. I'm guessing that Central East was at the castle where I found it. But let's find out for sure. Yeah, there's the castle. So East Central sends you just east of the castle, south of downtown Boston. Let's check out what Southeast looks like. Okay, and it looks like, yeah, there's the Warwick Homestead, and there's Spectacle Island right there. Yeah, that's Spectacle Island. Wow, you can see, how large is this thing? Whoa, whoa, look at it. Oh my goodness. Well, it feels huge on the inside, but look at that. The outside is quite massive too. Wow, this is a huge device. Well, it looks very much like the Yahtzee, and it's quite an impressive structure. So there you go. For those of you who are wanting a settlement building experience and a submarine, WULF is for you. For those of you who want a player home, Dauntless is for you. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 highly polished submarine mods. One a player home, one a settlement. Both by very talented authors. Both with tons of amazing detail and unique functionality. I have to admit, WULF intimidates me, but let me know in the comments below if creating a settlement on the WULF submarine is something you'd like to see. I don't know if it's something I want to build, but let me know if it's something that you want to see. I hope this video came in useful. I have to say, I wish I knew half of what I know now when I was first starting out in Fallout 4, so that I could take opportunity to use things like the Dauntless or WULF, which are such cool little mods. Anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for subscribing. Your subscriptions keep this channel alive. Please share the video and subscribe for more content, and thank you all so much for watching.